Okako Pau. Mahalo yet again for bringing us all together here on Kauai. And we pray that you guide us safely as we continue on with our days and our travel together. And we pray that we come together with the spirit of continuing our mission to help better the conditions for our Native Hawaiian people, and that we have open hearts and minds as we hear the mana'o of those that come to share today. Amama uanoa lele napule lele waleaku. Amen.
Mahalo, Trustee. Aloha kakahiaka, everyone. I would like to call today's meeting to order. Let the record reflect that today is Wednesday, July 24th, and it is 9:30 a.m. Board Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Yo.
Trustee Akaka.
Ew.
Trustee Akina.
Aloha mai kako.
Trustee Alapa is excused. Trustee Galutaria.
Ew.
Trustee Souza is excused. Trustee Trask is excused. Trustee Waihe'e.
Present.
And Chair Hulu Lindsay.
Here.
We have 6 trustees. We have quorum.
Mahalo nui. Aloha again, everybody, and mahalo nui for coming to this Kauai Island Board of Trustees meeting this morning. And as I expressed last night, we're so happy to be here, to be able to meet with our Kauai beneficiaries and to hear your concerns. We invite you, of course, during our concerns to vala'au with us, share your thoughts. At this time, I'd like to invite the trustees to introduce themselves, and we'll start with Trustee Akina.
Mahalo, Chair. Aloha, everyone. I'm Trustee Kili Akina. I'm with my aide, Ruben Sierra, and we really enjoyed hearing from all the people who came last night to our community meeting, share what's going on here on Kauai, and I hope that we can do more. So thank you for coming this morning. Appreciate it.
Trustee Galutaria.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Hello, everybody. I'm Brickwood Galutaria, and I echo the same sentiments as Trustee Akina. We had a great night last evening, sharing, reflecting with friends and family, and we hope to do the same today. I'm one of the at-large trustees, which means that I share in representing this island as well with Trustee Ahuna. So we're happy to be here. Kyla He is my aide, and she's sitting in the back there. Thank you, and aloha.
Trustee Ahuna. Akaka, I'm sorry.
Aloha pumehana wa'o Kaleakaka. I'm honored to serve as Oha Oahu trustee as well as the chair of one of Oha's committees, which is the Beneficiary Advocacy and Empowerment Committee. And I want to mahalo you all for joining us today. And we look forward to hearing your mana'o and want to mahalo everyone that made this trip here possible and all the great site visits. Mahalo to our Ko'i trustee and our chair and all of admin that made this a great one. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge I'm here today with my kokua, Nathan Takeuchi, over here, and my ohana right over there. Mahalo, everyone.
Trustee Ahuna.
Aloha mai kako. My name is Dan Ahuna, and I represent all of you here today, the islands of Kauai and Niihau. With me today is my two aides, Anuhea Diamond and Mele Moniz over there. And I, too, would like to thank everyone for showing up today and having a great meeting last night. Mahalo.
Trustee Waihe'e.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Aloha, my friends. I am John Wahe'e IV. I'm a trustee at large, and my aide joining me is Crane Akina.
And I am Trustee Hulu Lindsay from the island of Maui. I represent our entire state of Hawaii with the rest of my trustees. That's what makes us so different. We run for our seats statewide, like the governor and lieutenant governor. So we all represent you folks' voices. That's how strong an advocate you folks have. So please use us to represent you. With me at our meeting is our board staff. We have Lehua Itukazu, that is our board secretary. Amber Kalua, one of my aides, and Kanani Iaya, my aide as well. And thank you again for coming. And we'd like to thank Trustee Ahuna for hosting us and being such a gracious host and welcoming us to your island. Mahalo. Joining us this morning is our CEO, Stacy Ferreira, and I'm going to ask her to introduce our staff that's with her on this meeting as well, supporting us here.
Mahalo Chair, Trustees, aloha kakahiaka. Joining us today, if you could just stand and let everybody know who you are. We have our Chief Operating Officer, Kehau Pu'u. Our Director of Oiwi Wellbeing and Aina Momona, Ku'ike Kamakea Ohelo. Director of Education Culture-Based Learning, Anuhea Awo-chan. Our IT Systems Engineer and Administrator, Daniel Santos. And IT Systems Engineer and Administrator, Kelsey Wade. We have our Interim Beneficiary Services Manager, Ilima Kela. Communication Strategist, Kelly Swallow. Multimedia Designer, Joshua Cole. Genealogy Ancestry Specialist, Lucy Meyer. And I also have the privilege of introducing our Trustee at Large, Keone Souza's staff. We have Rochelle Kim and Kauai Robello. And Hawaii Island Trustee, Mililani Trask's aide, Kauai Wailehua. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui, Stacy. First up on our agenda is item 3, status of, before I move to that, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes that has been done in the past.
So moved, Madam Chair.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Aye.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa is excused. Trustee Galuteria.
Aye.
Trustee Souza is excused. Trustee Trask is excused. Trustee Waihe'e.
Yes.
And Chair Lindsay.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Thank you. So first up on our agenda is item 3, status of OHA activities. Lehua, do we have anyone signed up to speak on this agenda item?
No one is signed up to speak on this item.
Okay, may I call on Kapohana Stacy to report and update our Kauai community.
Mahalo, Chair. So I just wanted to remind those who are here in person that you can pick up our executive summary for the Kauai Island Community Report, so please help yourself to one of those. If you're online, you can also access that same report at oha.org. Because there's a lot of information, I'm only going to address a couple of things in there, just keep it high level. And the first is I wanted to share about the work OHA has been doing in response to the Pacific Missile Range and Koke'e Park Geophysical Observatory real estate renewal environmental impact statements. And so since we're still at this public scoping stage for these lease renewals, OHA Compliance has provided comments on June 7, 2024, to kokua in the drafting of the draft environmental impact statement in a way that prioritizes our beneficiary concerns. And these include coordinating state and federal historic preservation requirements with HRS 343 and the National Environmental Policy Act. We also want to ensure up-to-date and seasonally appropriate biological surveys. We want to request shorter-term lease alternatives, as none are currently offered in the standing lease now. We want to request that any alternatives include a restoration component for post-military use of state lands. We want to request consultation with OHA, as state lands are also classified as ceded 5B lands, requesting consultation with the Office of Conservation and Coastal Lands, as the state lands are in the Conservation District, and recommending that unaltered written comments be provided in the draft environmental impact statement. All comments are in line with past OHA advocacy requests related to military lease renewals. So OHA Compliance will continue to monitor the NEPA and HRS 343 process and review comments as they come in. And then I also wanted to share very quickly an update in addressing the drainage impacts on Kane'i Olo'uma Heiau. OHA Corporation Council procured legal services to retain an attorney to review the ongoing County Planning Commission proceedings and even the greater project permitting approval process to determine what course of action OHA may have to take as far as advocacy. Since February 2024, attorney Sherry Broder, who was hired on by OHA, has been retained and has been looking into the issues surrounding the heiau with guidance and leadership provided by Uncle Rupert Rowe. OHA Compliance has supplied Ms. Broder with OHA correspondence and SHPD files pertaining to the heiau. In July 2024, Kauai Ola did a cover story profiling the history of the heiau and long-standing issues created by the surrounding development, as well as detailing many years of stewardship and restoration by Uncle Rupert and Hui Malama o Kane'i Olo'uma. I also wanted to share very quickly about OHA funding activities for Kauai. We have 21 current active grantees providing services to beneficiaries here on Kauai, totaling $16 million. And then we have 8 of those, of the 21, that are exclusively just for Kauai. 30 active Native Hawaiian Revolving Loan Fund Consumer Microloan Program loans provided to Kauai in the total of over $2 million. So that's our report. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Stacy. So our first item under new business is 4A, request for approval to waive action item BOT 2404. I will call on Trustee Wahe'e to read the motion. But first, Lehua, do we have any testifiers that would like to speak on this item or on the action item on the agenda 4B, specific item?
No one has signed up to speak on those items.
Trustee Wahe'e.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'd like to move to waive action item BOT 2404 from the ARM Committee to the Board of Trustees. This is an approval of OHA funding for an event sponsorship for the 2024 Queen Liliuokalani Keiki Hula competition from the committee, I said this already, but from the Committee on Resource Management to the Board of Trustees pursuant to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs Trustees Bylaws, Article 8, Section 1.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Yes,
Well-
the reason for this waiver is because Keiki Hula starts tomorrow. So, right. Roll call vote?
Trustee Acuna.
Aye.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa is excused. Trustee Galutaria.
Aye.
Trustee Souza is excused. Trustee Trask is excused. Trustee Wahe'e.
Yes.
Chair Hulu Lindsay.
Yes.
6 yes votes.
Okay.
Mahalo. Trustee Wahe'e.
Madam Chair, thank you. Now that it's officially on the board level, I will like to move to approve action item BOT 2404 to approve and authorize the following fiscal year 2025 event sponsorship disbursement totaling $15,000 for the 2024 Queen Liliuokalani Keiki Hula competition.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Acuna.
Aye.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa is excused. Trustee Galutaria.
Aye.
Trustee Souza is excused. Trustee Trask is excused. Trustee Wahe'e.
Yes.
Chair Hulu Lindsay.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Thank you, trustees. We're moving on to community concerns. Lehu, at this time, do we have anyone signed up for community concerns and celebration?
No one has signed up to speak.
Before I move on to announcements, I just ask if there's anyone that want to speak.
I want to mahalo you all for the good work that you do for our community and have for many years. Mahalo ke akua, no na mea apau, and blessings on you and your staff. Because school has not yet begun, I can be here today. And I have not really, paid attention to, other than speaking with friends or reading about you. I have not come to see you or to support your work, but know that I do. Mahalo nui.
Thank you, Kumo. Announcements are mahalo. First of all, I want to mahalo nui Trustee Ahuna and all his staff for hosting this meeting here in Kauai. Mahalo nui to our trustees for traveling to Kauai for this meeting, and mahalo to all our Kauai beneficiaries for coming out to our meeting last night, as well as sharing your mana'o with us. If there's no other announcements, I'll move. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. Roll call vote.
Trustee Ahuna?
Aye.
Trustee Akaka? Trustee Akina?
Aye.
Trustee Alapa is excused. Trustee Galutaria?
Aye.
Trustee Souza is excused. Trustee Trask is excused. Trustee Waihe'e?
Yes.
And Chair Hulu Lindsay?
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes. We are adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.